I'm guilty. After seeing this film, I decided that it would be a good idea to envision myself as Ken Miles and drive home like I was competing at Le Mans. One difference, though. My Vauxhall Corsa is not a Ford GT40. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Luke's Reviews, and on today's video I will be reviewing Le Mans 66, or as it's known in the States, Ford v Ferrari. It's directed by James Mangold, who is coming off one of the biggest highs of his career with Logan. This is his follow-up movie, this is his next endeavour, and he's got a cast that includes Christian Bale, Matt Damon, Tracy Letts, Jon Bernthal, and Le Mans 66, lo and behold, is set in the middle of the 1960s. Ferrari are dominating the world of motorsports, leaving Ford, well, pretty much in the dust. However, a gauntlet is thrown down when Henry Ford II vows that in the 1966 Le Mans, Ford will make a car that can beat Ferrari. They recruit Carroll Shelby, played by Matt Damon, and fearless driver Ken Miles, played by Christian Bale, to make the impossible possible. Probably worth mentioning, I'm a bit of a motorhead. I say bit, a large motorhead. I was pretty much raised on Top Gear, watching all kinds of motorsports, whether it be live in person or on the telly. I'm a proper grease monkey, especially when it comes to racing. I love it. So, going into this film, when it was first announced, there was no way I was going to miss this. And I am so pleased to say that if you are after a thrilling, exciting, riveting trip to the cinema, then you can do no wrong to go and see Le Mans 66. I mean, with Matt Damon, Christian Bale, and James Mangold in the driving seat, this movie was never going to be terrible. Damon, in my opinion, gives one of his more understated performances as Carroll Shelby, facing a conflict of interests over his spirit for racing against a conglomerate. Whilst Bale is the loose cannon, he's wild, he's unpredictable. You put him behind a wheel of a car though, the dude drives like a god unleashed. And the two here share such a fantastic chemistry. I'm really surprised we haven't seen these two actors team up before. They share such witty banter and a real kindred spirit. It really does remind me of a pairing that we saw earlier this year with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You just kind of enjoy spending time with these two people. As for those in the back seat, they don't disappoint either. Tracy Letts is a scene stealer as Henry Ford II, who is initially given this very stern, serious exterior. We get real fleeting glimpses into just a man who's desperate to succeed. And it's those smaller moments where, yeah, Letts does a good job here. And it's nice to see Jon Bernthal in a movie for more than 10 minutes at the beginning. And you also have Josh Lucas as the corporate kiss-ass. He plays it well. A little too well. As for that 2.5 hour runtime, it races by. The pace, it literally starts at, I want to say, about a 95%. Very rarely ever dipping until you get to that gigantic third act in which it just goes beyond 100%. Initially, it was a little disarming for a movie to just start off so quickly. I struggled for about, I want to say, 15 minutes just to get on board. It was almost like it had sped off without me, and I was running and out of breath to catch up with it. Eventually I did, and I got on board, and I had a whale of a time. But it is just those first 15 minutes when I was like, wow, you've really sped off. Personally, I think we could have done with just a little bit more build-up before we literally put the pedal to the metal. But the main attraction of this film, the reason why the majority of people are going to want to see this, are those racing sequences. And they're outstanding. Like I said, I'm a huge racing car fan. I've been since I was such a little kid. They're so entertaining to watch. As long as it doesn't become a procession lap, Formula 1, As long as it doesn't become just a route march around the track, you get some amazing moments. And this takes us back to the heyday where racing was such an exciting sport. These guys were putting their life in the hands of a metal machine that could explode at any moment. The brakes could fail. They could potentially, this could be their coffin. It makes me sound so sadistic. I was watching guys that could die any second. Thanks, Dad. Mangold does such a terrific job of transporting his audience into that passenger seat. You are along for the ride with Ken Miles every step of the way. It is an exhilarating experience. One of potentially the best cinematic experiences on offer for the whole of 2019. And it's great because Miles is hurling very British insults, calling people pillocks, getting a cup of PG tips ready. You just enjoy every second from when you hear that engine rev, and that's another thing. My God, the sound design here. I saw this film in IMAX, and of course everything's amped up with IMAX, but the sound design is so crisp and clear. You can hear every sputter of the engine, every wheel turning into the gravel, the screeching of the brakes. If there's a crash, you just hear this clunking carnage. It's fantastic. At points, it's deafening. It makes your chest almost vibrate. I cannot recommend. You need to see, if you can, you need to see this film in IMAX. That being said, it isn't entirely perfect. I do think, like I said, the pacing just to begin with has a couple of issues. There's an almost mafia-like treatment involving the car companies that I don't know if it really worked for me. As well as a father-son dynamic between Ken Miles and his son. But for me, I just feel like it could have been presented a little bit stronger. However though, for sheer and utter motor pleasure, from the building blocks to the design of the car, their preparation, and every time we get a racing sequence, this is pretty much car porn for all motorheads. Okay. Maybe not him. Le Mans 66 is a great old-fashioned cinematic blast. It is beautifully simplistic and executes that simplicity near faultlessly. The technical elements are out of this world and, in my opinion, are likely frontrunners come awards season. Bale and Damon are on their A-games, as is Mangold in the director's chair. It isn't perfect, but by God is it fun. Overall, I'm going to give Le Mans 66 an 8.5 out of 10. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on Le Mans 66, or Ford v Ferrari. I don't know why they changed it. Let me know what you thought of the film down in the comments below, as well as my question to you. What is your favourite racing movie? I feel like we need more. The only ones that initially spring to mind, you've got Talladega Nights, which is good. You've got Senna, an amazing documentary about Ayrton Senna. And my personal favourite, Rush, the story of James Hunt and Niki Lauda, directed by Ron Howard, featuring a gobsmackingly amazing score by Hans Zimmer. I love that film so much. So I want to know what your favourite is, as well as, are there any that I've missed? As always as well, don't forget, if you want to donate to my No Shave November campaign. I'm almost there. It really just doesn't suit me. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of this film down in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. The links to all of my social media accounts are in the description below. Many thanks for watching guys, and I shall see you in the next video.